Nena Wena Shé, Nena Wena Shé, Nena Wena Shé. Nena Wena Shé, Nena Wena Shé, Nena Wena Shé. Aho shinawana honata, aho shinawana. Hey, Walking Crow, Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. Happy Warrior Wednesday, everybody. Are you a warrior for yourself? Are you a warrior on this day and yesterday and every day tomorrow? Aho. Do you do for yourself what you have to do, what you want to do, what you can do? Not what you should do, what they want you to do, what they want you to be, but can you do for you the best that you have to offer yourself? Aho. No Nena Wena Shé, no Nena Wena Shé. No Nena Wena Shé asks you a question. When will you wake up? 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 Are you still walking around in anger, in hurt, in shame? Are you still walking around as a schizophrenic? Are you still walking around smoking dope because the anger and the pain hurts so bad that you have to anesthetize so you can not feel? Aho. Are you still drinking spirits and releasing spirit instead of removing spirits and allowing spirit to flow through you freely? Aho. Are you blocking the things from your life that are good for you, that are for you, and you don't know how to receive them with your left hand of divine feminine receiving? Do you know how to give freely, freely? In Alcoholics Anonymous, we say freely, freely we give. Well, I used to say, but I don't go to Alcoholics Anonymous anymore because I have been free from that burden, from that bondage, from that trap for almost 32 years. Aho! I don't have to smoke pot because I'm angry or I'm hurt or it's been a long day or it's been a long night or because she left me or because he left me or because I'll get closer to God by smoking pot or I'll get closer to the devil or whatever the hell your jargon is, right? Are you still judging others for what they have and what you don't have? Are you still judging others for what they don't have and what you have? Are you judging others based on the way that you grew up and the way that they grew up? You know, my life was really confusing growing up because I was always told that, not that I ever spoke Spanish, but speak English, not Spanish. Your name is Anthony. Your name's not Antonio. On my birth certificate, it says I'm white. I am not white. There is nothing white about me. Not even my hair is white. My hair is a beautiful, lustrous silver. It's silver. And it honors the elders. I am an elder. But it honors those that have gone before me. My father, my mother, my grandparents, my uncles, my aunts. All the spirits, the guides, all those in history who have honored me by showing me their life. I didn't grow up on a reservation. I didn't grow up getting messages from other people. I got a lot of shitty messages growing up, but I overcame that and I don't live in that in my life now. I don't drag that around like a fucking like a big stone carving that I can't let go of, like a ball and chain. I don't carry around my past life with me because it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve anybody. No Nena Wena Shé. No Nena Wena Shé. No Nena Wena Shé. When will you wake up? 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 This morning I woke up about, I don't know, 4:30, almost 5 in the morning. Then I went back to sleep and woke up at 7:10. But I'm not talking about from that kind of sleep. I'm talking about when will you wake up from that deep sleep of hurt, deep sleep of shame, deep sleep of wanting what others have. I don't want what others have because there's many who don't have what I have. I was judged this weekend for being me, you know, for not being what somebody else is. But I'm going to tell you something. Who cares? I carry a lot of peace inside me. I carry a lot of peace because I have put the pieces together. I brought them together and I pulled the string. I tightened the string and all the pieces came even tighter together. And I am W-H-O-L-E after a lifetime of being in emptiness of the H-O-L. Oh, how many of you have that big hole inside of you and you're pissed off all the time? And you're angry because of the haves and the have-nots. Who cares about the haves and the have-nots? I grew up in that, man. I grew up in a place, I'm going to tell you. In my own house, there was haves and have-nots. There was 5 of us kids. And there was haves and have-nots. You know, my parents are parents. And parents don't mean to hurt their children. And some do. But some are wounded, deeply wounded, and don't know how to express what they want to express to all their children. They damage some of their children unwillingly, some willingly, but mostly unwillingly because they don't know how to be parents. They don't know how to have, they know how to have children. They found a way to have the children, but they don't know how to raise children. They think the school is going to do it for them. They think that the nanny's going to do it for them. They think that leaving them with a grandmother or a cousin or somebody else is going to do it for them. But they don't raise their own kids because when they get home at night from the job, they're too busy drinking or making dinner to actually spend time with their children that they spend time making. They make more time to make them than they make time to spend with them. So for those of you who have children, and for those of you who have parents who you bond and you love each other, and it shows in your life being raised as a beautiful human being, congratulations. Because I had to learn how to be with my mother in my 50s. And the relationship that I have with my mother, the bond is beautiful. I spoke with her last night. And she said something beautiful to me. I'm at my friend Angie's in Florence, Arizona, in Pinal County. And I'm taking care of her dog, Willow, and Angie had surgery yesterday, and she'll probably be home tomorrow. But Angie's a good friend of mine. She's started as a client of mine a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, and she owns. This is a drum that I gifted her when she was living in Stanwin, Washington, and it's elk. Elk is a long distance journey for me. That's the medicine that I give it. The long distance journey. Are you willing to go on the long distance journey? Are you willing to forego any roadblocks you come across and keep going regardless of what the roadblock is? I am. My friend Angie is. She's been sick for a long time. She came to me looking for a healing, and what she found when she found me was somebody who loved unconditionally. Angie's my friend. She is my friend. And she tells me every time she sees me that she loves me. Yesterday, I spoke to my mother, and I was telling my mother I was here with my friend Angie taking care of her dog, and she's having surgery. She's going to be coming. And my mother said something to me that I didn't expect. She says, you know, you're a good boy. You're a good boy for helping your friend, she said. Oh, you're a good son is what she said. You're a good son. Angie has 4 or 5 kids in Washington, and one of them is here helping her. But I'm also a good friend and a good son to my friend Angie, because she is a mother. She is the container. She's had children. Those of you who are the divine feminine, who are the container, even if you haven't had children, I love you because you're the container. You're the portal that I came through. The heartbeat, the heart that I heard for 9 months of gestation. I love that. I fed from that. And then I was birthed into the life through the canal, through the channel, through the portal. And my mother put me through her memory of that same place of her heart. Oh, I fed from that place. So my mother said those words, and I took them in. And I said, well, Mom, I'm a good son because you did a good job. I was able to say that to her. Not because I felt I needed to, because it just felt good to say it to her. You know, my relationship with my mother for a lot of years was rocky until the Spirit said, no, it's time for you to do this and then teach what you're going to teach. And it's been beautiful ever since. You know, I miss my mom. I haven't been able to see her for, I don't know, when was the last time I saw her, 6, 7 months ago. And hopefully I can get there next week. I'm hoping. And, you know, it's a beautiful life. But how many of you can let go of the anger with your mother, the anger with your father? They had no idea how to raise children. Who was going to teach them? Johnson & Johnson? You got to be kidding with that stupid book. You know, one way for everybody. Teach your kids, teach your brown, black, yellow children how to be good white little children by Johnson & Johnson. I don't think so. I'm not putting down whites, but come on, America. Johnson & Johnson, give me a break. And now there's so many books on how to raise kids, but I'm going to say this about those who write books on raising children. Listen, it's a secret. What's the secret? They don't live in your house. They didn't grow up in your lineage. They didn't grow up in your family. So they don't know what the hell you're talking about. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Let them raise their own children that they don't raise, that they send to boarding school or wherever they go to, and mind their own business. And I say mind their own goddamn business. Aho. I talk about serious things with a funny attitude and a sarcastic attitude because, you know, we've endured a lot for 500 years here on Turtle Island. And well-meaning people who left tyranny in Europe brought tyranny to the Turtle Island, and they brought death, and they brought destruction, and they brought the native people smallpox in blankets as gifts. Wow, what a beautiful gift they brought. It's just like COVID. They brought us all these things, and they were running from tyranny, religious persecution, and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Who cares if you carry that same thing in your lineage with you? You don't have to carry the lineage of your past with you. You can heal it. I am proof positive that I can heal that. That you can heal that. I have done that work. It is not easy. It's painful. It hurts. I was angry. I was sad. I was mad. I was wounded. I was all kinds of things. And now I'm whole. W-H-O-L-E. I have merged the little broken boy with the man. He has been rescued, and he is loved, and he is nurtured, and he is wanted. He is wanted by the same self that left his self. Oh, I abandoned my 5-year-old little boy all those years ago, and I had to go back and get him and rescue him. When I went back, he was doing this. Those with kids, with children, uppy, 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 uppy. He wanted to be picked up by his own self. And he wanted to be loved and cared for. You can love and care for yourself if you want to. You can love and care for yourself if you want to. Don't depend on him to love you. Don't depend on her to make your dinner, to wash your clothes, to love you, to have sex with you, and all those things. Women, don't depend on him to support you in your life. Depend on you. Because when you depend on you and you're able to do these things, Mr. or Mrs., on your own, it makes your life with somebody else so much easier. And I learned that because I was married 3 times, because I didn't know that I had a mommy issue in my tissue. I didn't know how to be with a divine feminine. I didn't know how to be in relationship. And the other day, Monday, a friend of mine called me, a local friend, and wanted to have coffee. And we sat for a few hours and had coffee. She came over my house and saw my artwork. I enjoy the work that she does. She's a medicine woman in her own right. And I call her that because I see her that way at home. And she's beautiful, and she's lovely, and she's kind to me. And we spoke here, and here across the table from each other. She even brought me some bread that she made. And I enjoy that so much with my coffee. I had to take my teeth out to eat it. Now, you see these teeth, these are missing, and I don't care. If it's early in the morning, I don't care. Anyways, you can change your life if you want to. If you're still bitching about the same old stuff, the same old thing, the same old husband, the same old idea of men, the same old idea of women, the same old. Your children are stupid. They're a pain in the ass. Why did I have them? You don't love yourself. Do you have disease in your body? Do you have pain in your body? Do you have issues in the tissues that are so deep that you're taking so many medications and you don't know how to stop the pain? Before I came to Sedona permanently, I had a neuropathy and chronic pain throughout my body. I had a palsy. And what I learned was I had to do the work, the hard work. Those of you who think that taking ayahuasca and going to a bowl ceremony or a cacao ceremony is doing the work. No, that's not doing the work. That's doing extra activity. The hard work happens in the closet. Your Bible will tell you, and I'm not a thumper of the Bible, but the Bible tells you when you pray, go into the closet and pray. Don't pray in front of people. Be still and know that Creator is, I say. And the Bible says that too. And nations for hundreds of years have said that. Be still and know the Creator is. And I know the Creator is because I am Creator. I am the Mago. I am the Magi. I am the healer. Other people have called me other names. I am a curandero. The other people call me names. My elders in the lodge told me who I was, what I was, and thanked me for it. So those who want to be out there judging me because I do what I do, too bad. You do what you do in front of people. And who cares? Who cares? Can you? Will you? Do you? Will you let go of the hurt, the pain, the shame that you've been carrying that turns into cancer? That turns into prostate cancer, that turns into lung cancer, that turns into heart disease, that turns into liver cancer from alcoholism, that turns into smoking and toking, slamming heroin because you don't want to feel anymore, overeating food and shitty food at that. Obesity. Are you obese? I was obese. I know what it is to be obese. And one day, a lady got mad at me on social media because I was talking about obesity. She goes, you don't know what it's like to be fed, blah, 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 because she kept claiming to have big bones, and I laughed at her. There's no such thing as big bones. You're fat. You're obese because you're wounded. I don't care how many tarot cards you read, lady. You're not going to get any thinner bones by telling yourself that you have big bones. You're obese because you're carrying hurt, wound, shame. Let it go. And no amount of reading tarot cards will do that for you. You have to do the shadow work that fucking hurts. It hurts. Let it go. My friend Tammy Chino was on earlier doing a video, and she's a lot nicer about it than I am. I'm pretty direct. And, you know, just because you put you put peanut butter on a shit sandwich doesn't make it delicious. It's still what it is. Just because you coat it with a little sugar or something else, or call it something different, or avoid it. When will you stop avoiding yourself? When will you actually, when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, when you're brushing your hair, look in the mirror. Look at yourself and ask yourself the hard questions. Am I doing everything I can do for me? Because if I'm not doing everything I can do for me, I can't do anything for anybody else. You're going to spread anger. You're going to spread hatred. I was in a store last night here in Florence, and the store keeps, and the guy were talking about what's going on in Israel. I don't know what's going on in Israel because I don't watch the news. I only know what people are scuttlebutting about on Facebook. And maybe that's my problem, but I'm a happy guy. You know, this world has its issues, and all the issues of the world aren't mine. Only my issues are in my tissues are my issues. The world's issues are none of my business, because the world in front of me needs me to be present. I am the gift. I have a ribbon. I am present. Are you present for yourself and for the common unity of your local community? You can't do nothing about Israel. You can't do nothing about those wars that our United States government meddles in and starts. Your CIA, your FBI, and your whatever they're called. It's none of my business. My business is here. I'm sorry that people are getting killed around the world, but they're getting killed here. We've been being killed here on Turtle Island for over 500 years and are still being brutalized and killed. Where's the marches for that? Where's the flags across your screen of Facebook and social media for that? Cowards. Yeah, I said it. Cowards. You don't speak to that, but you speak to over there. There's a song from World War II. Over there, over there. Forget over there. You're over there because you don't want to be present for yourself. You're busy watching CNN, MSN, ABC, NBC, CBS, and all the stupid news programs that bring you mindless matter. Mindless chatter. Yeah, I'm bothering you. Am I bothering you? If I'm bothering you, if I'm rubbing you the wrong way, I always say I'm rubbing you the right way. Yep. So what are you going to do about yourself? You can't do anything about that. You won't join the army. What are you going to do about that? Smoke some pot? Drink some booze? Eat some food? You know, play a crystal bowls? Have a cacao ceremony? That's not going to change that. Change your heart. Change your mind. Change the space around you first. Change the space within you first. Allow yourself to be the change that you seek first. Oh, they tell you on the airplane, when the oxygen level falls in the cabin and the masks fall, put the mask on yourself first. How many times do you have to hear that to believe it? It's true in life. In AA, I learned you can't give away what you haven't got. I don't care how many teachings you got, from where or from who or from what, but if you're walking around being a jerk to people, an angry person, it hasn't served you. Oh, how about that? Anyways, that's more than I should have said this morning. I touched a lot of nerves, and I do that. My friend the other day said, you know, you say some things on Facebook that are pretty direct. And yeah, I say things that are pretty direct because people have skirted around the issues and the tissues for way too long, and I will not do that anymore. I have a life to live, and I live my life the way that I live it. If you don't like it, too bad. Don't be in my life. I don't care. I want to thank people like Susan and Steve and Chief Golden Light Eagle. People like Terry Rivera, Thomas Johnson, Grandma Barbara, Grandma Susan. I already mentioned Grandma Susan, but I want to mention her again. And people who embrace me. not because of our differences, but because of my willingness to show up. My willingness to drive 2,000 miles across the country, despite the odds, what the odds look like. People say, well, are you going to make any money? It's not about making money. It's about showing up. When will you show up for yourself? No, Nena Wena Shé. No, Nena Wena Shé. No, Nena Wena Shé. When will you wake up? Aho. And you heard me mention names. My friend Tony, Standing Bear, my friend Barbie. Aho. Those who speak for me and not against me. Those who love me and show me love and compassion. Those who show me compassion because I am compassionate with them. And even when I'm not sure how to be compassionate or loving, they love me anyways. It's okay to love somebody anyways, even when they're gruff and aggressive. I just sent the message off to my friend Marilyn. We spoke last week and we started to talk about Thanksgiving and I got grouchy. I was already grouchy. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but that's none of your business. I got grouchy and she said, you got to let go of that anger because we're talking about Thanksgiving. And, Thanksgiving is not a brown or red holiday. It's a white holiday to mask over a deception. And for those of you who are teachers, especially brown teachers, who are dressing up your little children in pilgrim outfits and Indian outfits and playing that game, shame on you. Because it's a lie. It's a lie. The pilgrims didn't feed the Indians. The pilgrims couldn't feed themselves. Aho. But we know who fed the pilgrims. We know who did. Anyways, that's enough out of me about that. Anyways, love you always. No, Nena Wena Shé. When will you wake up? When will you wake up? When will you wake up? Wake up. Wake up to the light of the sun. Wake up to the darkness and the light of the moon. Wake up to yourself. Come out of the rabbit hole and say yes to the light that shines on you, to the heart of your mother that beat in the container, to the heart that is within you that beats in your container. Men, thank you for being seed. Women, thank you for being the container of growth for lifetimes and generations and centuries. Aho. It is the women that have produced the children. Aho. And I thank you, because I'm grateful. No, Nena Wena Shé. No, Nena Wena Shé. No, Nena Wena Shé. No, Nena Wena Shé. I've said a lot of things this morning. I have a tendency to say what's on my mind. But I want to say it in a loving way, not in an angry way, not in a hateful way, not in a despicable way, not in a judgment way. I'm just saying things so you can hear it and maybe feel in your heart and allow your mind and your heart to open for your own good, for your own self, for your own need. What is it that you need today? Do you need to get on your knees and surrender? Do you need to raise your hands to the sun and to the sky and to the universe and say, I am here. I am a part of you. I am a part of the whole. I am not the whole. I am not the whole. I am part of the whole. A whole. A whole. Have you thanked the tree today? Have you thanked the rock? Have you thanked the dirt, the earth? Have you thanked the water? Have you said, I love you to first medicine? Have you thanked the fire within you? Have you thanked the air that breathes through your lungs and allows you to oxygenate your blood, and allows your heart to pump? Have you, can you, will you, do you? My name is Walking Crow, and I am the Transformational Sacred Medicine. And if you want to learn how to love you, if you want to learn how to change the way you talk to yourself, if you want to help learn how to repair your lineage and the bondage that you've been in for a lifetime of dog paddling in the shallow end and not being able to get out and find the steps, I can help you. Because I've been there and I've done that. I'm not just blah, 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 and smoking pot. I am here with a solution. I grew through the technology field in Los Angeles, and I've always called myself a solutions provider. I am not involved with technology anymore. I'm involved in loveology. And if you want to learn how to heal yourself from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body, I can help you do that. Oh, you guys know how to find me. Walking Crow at sacreddrummedicine.com or 818-442-1717. 818-442-1717. Call or text me. Walking Crow at sacreddrummedicine.com. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Happy Warrior Wednesday. Aho!